Anything you want to do.
Then you ask questions.
There is room for errors in this podcast. My podcast, there is no perfection. Errors are welcome. Hi guys, my name is Felicity, and I'm having a podcast with Oscar. Oscar is a very, very special being, a very special guest. Because literally we were on set to do a podcast. Oscar had called us for a podcast. And along the way he got nervous. And this just made me just interrupt
No,
or
never sees
kindly
light. That is not
wait, see.
just
This just made me just ask for like 20 minutes so we can film this podcast. This podcast is going to be the first and maybe the only edition of this series I like to call Shell Diaries. Shell Diaries is a podcast, is a series that aims to talk about people that are kind of nervous, that do not like facing cameras, have issues with public speaking, anything that makes them seem they just get nervous and they just want to withdraw into their shell. Because it's Oscar that called us. It's Oscar that bought drink. See, Oscar bought drink for us. Oscar bought mic. Oscar got phone. Oscar got ring light.
But
And
Oscar
now that
forgot
it's time to shine, Oscar got into his shell. Is he good? No. So this podcast, I want to ask Oscar why. Why does it happen like that?
Yeah, I don't think like I would not call it being shy or really camera shy. I just think generally when it has to do with anything, me coming out to the public or me, I have to I think I have to make it. Should I say perfect? No, I will not think it's perfect. I have to make it a certain kind of way that maybe if I'm going to watch it next time, I will not be so cringe or I will not feel like whatever I'm doing is good. So when I'm shooting podcasts, like when I'm in the front of camera, I do not just consider it to be just for myself. I consider it for the whole world. I'm exporting, I'm influencing instead of influencing, I'm influencing myself to the world. So it comes with a lot of jitters or what would I call it? Should I call it? Nah, I don't know. It comes with a lot of pressure.
Pressure.
So I think the pressure got to me.
So it's because of because you feel the need to be perfect, you feel this kind of pressure.
Yeah.
So why do you? I know perfection is okay. I mean, we all want to look our best. We all want to give our best. But what does perfection mean to you exactly?
I would not say perfection per se. I would say naturally I'm an introvert. I would not say I'm an introverted person. I'm only audible when I'm around friends or I'm around family. So generally I would say for me getting myself or getting it comes with a lot of perception from other people, both from people that are close to me and the ones that are not close. So if I'm to get something like that outside, I think the only thing that is causing this fear of camera, not necessarily fear of camera, but this concern or these jitters is because people do not have enough information about me outside. So when you're setting something like this that's going to be for the whole world to see it, you tend to want to navigate yourself or maybe you want to control every situation and make sure that there are no wrong exceptions or there are no, I don't know, but I just want it to be perfect.
Yes. So you know that everybody at a point they put out work that they thought was not very perfect. I feel like you can't really control perfection because everybody has to start from somewhere. The best podcast host today was not the best that they were 20 years ago. They had to literally start from somewhere. So I feel like if you have you ever considered giving yourself like room to just be you? Because we are all not perfect. And with each day we grow and with each day our definition of perfection just changes and improves. So have you thought of or considered giving yourself room to just be you and just learn through the process?
Naturally, if I would say personally, in my own personal brand, I have a personal brand and I also have my business brand, which is Region. In my personal brand, there is no need for me to show my face. I can be a background character, and that has worked very well for me, and it's still working very well for me. But with this my new project, my Rager, like over time, that's why I've always been behind the scene. But now that I need to move more and I need to outsource more. I think it deals with me having to put my face more. And I don't know. I think I'm just new to the experience. I'm new to everything, and I think subsequently I'm going to get used to it. But for now, it's just my stumbling block. I know it's not going to take time, but for a while I'll be able to move past this.
Yes. And let me just inform you that for this short period, you've been doing incredibly well. You've actually been fluent and just natural. This is like a regular gist between me and you.
Yeah.
But then, few minutes ago, you were all jittery and nervous. What do you think has changed?
I think the pressure has changed
Okay.
because the whole it's not focused on me now. But as
Mm-hmm.
at then, or as at that particular time, it was just me. Just like you're about to start a car, you're the one to like put in the keys,
Mm-hmm.
mash the pedal down, and just like nah, that was the pressure for me. But now I feel calm, and it might have to do with the liquid courage I had recently. But I think I'm very okay right now. Liquid courage.
Liquid courage. Just so you people know. But just so you people know, before now, he also had liquid courage because there is a bottle somewhere that is empty. So this is not the reason. So you can drive.
Oh yes, I've been driving since I was 14.
I will teach you how to drive.
My papa forgot.
Eh,
I remember the time when he was teaching me how to drive. I learned with manual. Most people
eh.
nowadays that they learn with automatic.
I never learned anyone.
But I learned with manual. Red Toyota Camry. Now 2 years, I think. I would remember a day I was in Enere Junction. My dad was teaching me how to drive. That time I was always, if you drive manual, you always have the problem with clutch
Mm-hmm.
changing gear. So that time I think I was having the problem. Then we were at ERA, and if you're worried, you're supposed to know where ERA is. When it goes slow, I think, and the car kept offing, as in kept turning off because I was not matching the clutch very well. And my dad came out of the car and he was like, I should take the car home. That if anything happens to the car, if there's any single scratch, I will never drive in my life again. Imagine me with the courage, me when I would drive go school, happily. Nah, I got so serious. But God being so kind, I drove the car to their house. There was no scratch, there was nothing, and that was the beginning of the trust. I don't drive go many places now. I've been driving since 14, and how many years now?
So how did you feel at that point? The whole pressure, how did you feel?
I will not lie to you, I almost cried. I literally cried, not almost, because when my dad was shouting, then after a while, I think when he realized that the shouting was not doing any good, he just let it go, and I've been a good driver since then.
So apparently, did the car get any scratch?
Before then, I don't scratch some kind of thing. I scratch one, I clean out with oil. The other one I scratch, I use my money go fix them. But I think I've had just, not necessarily a major accident, but I've had just two scratch. And I think it was just because of the pressure. But now I'm good.
You see?
And it felt really good.
So how do you think you can convert that energy from the whole driving lessons to this new aspect you're trying to get into?
Well, naturally, just like all things, I think it has to do with practice.
Uh-huh.
I can't just like jump into something and expect that I'm supposed to be better at it. But that's my problem. I'm a perfectionist. I've always been. So I feel like whatever I'm supposed to do, naturally, I'm supposed to be good at it. It's a very, very, very huge mountain for me to climb, and I think subsequently I'm going to like be able to like overcome said mountain.
So I know I'm not in the best position to throw advice around because me too, I'm literally trying to leave my shell. But if there's one thing that I have learned from people, one thing that I've learned that works for me is to just put yourself out there. Just try, take it one day at a time. Try to be the best version of yourself every time you come out. You don't have to get it all right at the very first time, but the very best you can do at that time, you do that. The second time, just try and get something you want to improve on, and you get that done. And by the time you try to improve 100 times, by the 100 times, you're already like way better than the first time. But if you keep stalling and if you keep leaving everything in the shell, leaving everything in the draft, trying to come out with the whole 100% perfection, you not go work, oh, you not go happen. So if you keep showing up every single day, trying to get better every single day, in no time you will be there. You already have like lots of ideas. You've shared some of them with me. Some of them are still even in your head. So if you don't start showing up now, you will not get to that place you want to be. I know you can think that okay, it's going to be easy to just get there. If I keep thinking it, I keep imagining it, it's not gonna work like that. You have to actually put in the work. Come out today, make mistakes. Come out tomorrow, make mistakes. Make mistakes, learn from your mistakes, fix it, grow and learn. I assure you, by the time you make your 100th or 200 video, you'll be so proud of yourself. And if it's for that you don't want to cringe, guy, you go cringe, tire. You know, guy, you no go take cringe, you go cringe.
I think that's my biggest
You
problem.
go dey cringe steady. So just keep showing up, and if it helps, you can just come out every day, make a video on your stories. I mean, just try and talk to people on your stories, your group of friends every day, and maybe make short videos on your stories. You can restrict it to just close friends, people that you are comfortable with, your guys or guys. Instagram has that feature, or your WhatsApp has that feature. Every day make a video. Every day make a video. And with time, you get comfortable with those your friends, and you try to reach for a larger crowd. You can increase it to everybody on your Instagram story. And by the time you keep doing those things, you are getting better even though you are in your closet. And by the time you're ready to come out, you will be a lot better than when you started. But that does not also mean that you will be perfect
Yeah.
when you come out. You will
I
still
get
make
that.
lots of mistakes. You will still look back on what you've done and you will still learn from your mistakes. If you study people's stories, people, director stories, host stories, their first videos definitely would even make you cringe. But if they had stopped at that first video, we won't even know who they are. So my guy, persist. Kwechiri,
Fighting.
fight. Keep doing it day by day, small, small. You'll get to where you're going to.
Yeah.
Show you here.
Clap hand for Jesus. Clap hand for Jesus.
Okay. Oh yeah, more toast. Make we close the podcast. And that's it, guys. Welcome. This is the first episode of Shell Diaries. I don't know if I will do this episode again because I don't know if
No,
there's
you need to do
anybody
this because
around
just
me.
like this now, you don't help me like this. So subsequently, we need to help more people too. So
Oh,
I think we'll have more people. This is
so
just the
I
first
have more
episode.
guests. So initially, I was thinking that this was going to be a one-off because it was only Oscar's story I knew, and he was the only one around me. But apparently, people on set they are raising their hand and they want to be interviewed too. So this is Shell's Diary officially opened. See you guys in the next episode. Bye. I mean, that's a whole huge step. Don't worry.
What are we supposed to be talking about now?
Basically, you not being able to talk in front of the camera and you've been talking since. Because if it's me now, you want to be sharp. You've seen camera now, you're not shy. There's something I put vodka inside to it.
Am I supposed to be looking at the camera or looking at
Anything you want to do.
Then you-
Thought was not very perfect. But at the end of the day, like, take that again. I feel like you can't really control perfection. Make it just close friends. So when you get used to talk to, oh, sorry, I'm getting too fast. You can make it's in this entry now our video now. Is it good?
No, let me see so far. This is like now I have the
Is it
courage.
good? And no,
The fruit
stop.
has
You're doing our podcast and you're going away. It's
no,
recording.
we can continue.